Hello, I'm Lonely Gimmick. Welcome to my studio slash bedroom. Bedroom producer for life. Alright, so we're going to go through some things today. I'm going to show you kind of what I do. In the club down at Soho, where she drinks champagne, tastes just like jelly cola. Loyagimmick, Lola. So I've got some vinyls to go through, I guess. I've got so many to go through. This is Gomez. This is not mine, but I have it in my possession at the moment. This is Logic. I use Logic. Logic is a DAW, D-A-W, digital audio workspace. So I use Logic for all my tracks because I love Logic. Again, it's a bit dusty, like my room and my life, it's a bit dusty. But yeah, so you play things on it. Like that, or you could do Grumpy Days. Like that. So this is Logic, I've got it here in front of me. I put tracks into there, you put an input, you can plug mics, you can plug guitars, you have to have a audio interface, as I do, or Apollo Twin, and then you put audio in and you record it. And you want to use like bus sends. You want to use EQ and compression, and you want to use track stacking, which is a thing on here. This is my accordion. This is in every one of my songs. I mean, you must have, all the accordion solos that I put in my songs. Well, I learned Logic when I was at music university, and yeah, I just use it for all my tracks. I find it really easy. You get the mixer right here, down at the bottom. The mixer's all here, and you can put your plugins. I haven't finished this track at the moment. It's one I'm working on. You've got all your drums, and you want to track stack all your drums, and then you want to make buses and whatnot to put all your effects into. Hang on. I'm a big fan of accordions. Like that sound right there. I love it. Okay. So what I like to use, I've upgraded a few years ago to an Apollo Twin. I love this thing. It is my baby. I used to use a Focusrite, if everyone knows what those are, the little red ones, but this one is way better. It's more expensive. Apparently it has better converters for the sound. I do kind of notice it. I couldn't get into the engineering side of it. I have no idea. But these things are amazing. And so this is like Grumpy Days, Pessimistic Weather. But yeah, so. Okay. So yeah, this is my accordion. If you're a fan of my music, then you're a fan of the accordion. As you can see, I like to cut up my audio. Even though it's all the same kind of takes, I don't know, I cut it all up and take bits out. You want to do that because you want it to be, you don't want any background noise during any parts. So you only want like the track playing where it's actually got parts in it. The Smiths, just like a greatest hits kind of compilation almost. Hateful Apollo, I got given this by a waitress who I used to work with as a leaving present. Jamie T, he's from Wimbledon. I was brought up in Wimbledon. His first album. Channel 1, Channel 2, you've got a direct input for guitars and bass, headphone port. Unfortunately, you've only got two outputs, you can only put two microphones in at once, which is kind of if you want to record drums, you can't really use this. I've got Monkeys, they're like the Beatles. And you've got lots of good plugins like compression and EQ and echo and reverb, and that's what you do. You plug things in and sound comes out, and then you record, and then after lots of tries you have a song. The Strokes, this is it. First album by The Strokes. It's got the European cover because we're not prudes and we can have a woman showing her bare backside of a glove. Interesting fact about this cover, it was based from Spinal Tap. Smell the glove. You got bass, you know, bass is a really big one. Guitars, huge one for me. I've got these Logic synths I really like. I believe this one is Alchemy. I use Alchemy a lot. It's a really good one. Glockenspiel, I use the sampler here. Nice sampler for Glockenspiel. What is that? The EXS24. What else we got? Shit Disco. This is a cool little noughties indie kind of band when indie was trying to be danceable. But yeah, I love this thing. It's all just here. I've got my wheel, got monitor, headphones for the speakers, and I've got my headphone port for volume for that. I love it. Yeah, so what I put that through is I go through my Yamaha monitor speakers, and that's what I use to just do my mixing and make sure my sound's all good. Because I find these speakers just really give me an accurate portrayal of what I want. And obviously, if you want to notice back here, I've got beautiful eggshell cartons because every DIY producer, musician needs egg cartons on their wall. You're not a real musician or producer unless you've got egg cartons on your wall. Can I Kick It? Tribe Called Quest, single. Found that in a used record store. It's only £5, so I had to buy it. Although it's really scratched to fuck. Got a sampler in that one. Alchemy again. You got vocals. Yeah, just a bit of EQ and compression at the moment, a bit of overdrive. But again, it's not mixed. This is just in the writing process. So that's pretty much it for Logic. I don't know. Once you got it, you got it. What else we got? I'll do anything. I don't know what this is. I bought it from a charity shop. Like I have a song here. This is a new song I'm working on. The title on the project says Random Synth because that's the synth I made using Alchemy, which is a Logic synth that I like. But yeah, so it's not called Random Synth. This song is called Beaches. Would you like to hear it? I think that was a yes. So that's the synth right here I made. This song is going to be coming out. It might already be out. I'm not sure when this video is going to get released. Oh, shut up now. That's a great synth, that. I love that synth. I made this synth.
I can see beaches scrolling with my thumbs through miles of smiles and pictures of suns. There's not much you can repeat with all these modern day techniques.
Okay, the rest of it is secret. Don't tell anyone I showed you that. Yeah, so this is a Bluebird microphone. It's a condenser microphone. I always keep the pop filter on there. It's probably a bit too close right now. But I've used this for some vocals in some tracks and various other things. Not much really to say about it. It's just, you know, a nice condenser microphone I got. Another microphone I got along with this. I got a deal on the internet. This has got like 10 years ago. I got a deal for about $300. I was living in Canada at the time. I got this microphone. And I got this other one. This is like a blue microphone. I'm not sure if it's a dynamic or a condenser because it needs phantom power. So it'd be weird if it was a dynamic microphone that needed phantom power. But this one needs phantom power for it. But it's a really good microphone. I use this one actually for Grumpy Days. And it's gold, so everything you... Oh, it's kind of goldish. So everything you sing into it sounds goldish. That's the technical engineering term for this. It's got a gold sound because it's gold. Or is that gold? Is it? Yeah, it's gold. Okay, cool. Or a copper sound, who knows? This is my Audio-Technica turntable. I've used it for sampling, but I won't tell you any of my samples because I will get sued and copyright striked. But I still samples of like drums and percussion using this. I plug it through my Apollo Twin into my computer, so I'm not really doing it, I'm making it digital. I'm not, what is it called? I'm not using outboard. Analog, that's the word I was looking for. So I turn analog sound into digital sound because, you know, digital sound just sounds better than analog. Like everyone knows that, right? No one likes analog sound anymore. You all agree with me, I'm assuming. Rock and roll soul. This is okay, I guess. I don't really know what this is. That's some cool rock and roll drum stuff on there. This is my USB keyboard. USB because you plug it in to your laptop via USB. These things are very cheap. I think they're about £20, maybe £30. As you can tell why, they only have 2 octaves. But they've got a little arpeggiator on it, which is pretty cool. This is cool. The Rebels. This is like an Iranian band, and they wanted to be like the Iranian Beatles. From the Middle East. I think they're Iranian. But I use this sometimes if I need to program synth. C major triad. Very hard triad. Wu-Tang Clan instrumentals. Because Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. This is my drum pad. I sometimes do electronic drums on here. I use real drum samples that I've made in the studio. Sorry, there we go, that's it. This is my drum pad. I believe Jamie XX used to use one of these. So I had to get one. This was like 10 years ago. I got this for like $100 when I lived in Canada, and I've had it ever since. And it's done me really well. I put this in, I used this on Pessimistic Weather, MF Doom, Operation Doomsday. This is the reissue. I really wanted to get some of his stuff in vinyl, but they were all like £300. And then they did these reissues for about £40. So I had to buy it. I always wanted it. I need to get more of his stuff. Huh. That is drum. Red drum. Motown Gold compilation album with some like soul and funk. Stevie Wonder, Jackson 5. It's cool. Yeah, I think the only reason I bought this was because I wanted something. Where was it? I heard through the grapevine by Marvin Gaye. I wanted that on vinyl in case I ever became a DJ. Oh, this one, is this the white one? No. I think this, I bought this because it has a really good break on it, soul breaker. It's got a really good drum break. These are the same drum samples I used. I recorded these in the studio. These are all drum sounds I've made. Except maybe that one. I don't think I made that one, that's from somewhere. Can't really see in this homemade bag. So there's the hi-hats I made. With a hi-hat. That's a ride I made myself. Oh yes, okay, so t-shirt, this album. I had to get this. This is my friend's band, he's the drummer. It's Kid Capici. If you haven't heard of them, go check them out. They just got signed. And they're fucking amazing. This is their very first album. I bought a signed copy from them. But yeah, I used this for Pessimistic Weather and I went something like that. That's not the exact drum beat. What is it? So this is my Kirkwell K2000. I looked on Google once and brand new, or not in this condition, they're like £2,000. But I got this one for £50. It's more hip hop. That's kind of what I did. It's a great little keyboard. Well, not little, it's quite heavy. In fact, it's very fucking heavy. But I did it for a while, and I practiced. So, it has sounds into it. I don't really use any of the drum sounds on here. I don't know why, I might do in the future. But yeah, that's how you do electronic drums. You just put samples in each one of the pads, and then you do that. That's a note repeat. Caribou. I very much like Caribou. I don't know who he is or who they are, but I think it's one guy. But he does all this like trippy, like instrumental kind of music that's really cool. What have we got on here? We've got stuff like that. What you can do is you can break it down. Easy way for new beginners. Break it down and you'd be like, oh, I want the kick to do like. So then you record that, you put that into your song, boom, ch, boom, ch, and then say you want the hi-hat to do a different rhythm, you do that. And you can add crashes wherever you want. You can even add a gong. Round one, fight! These are all sounds that were already in here when I bought it off the guy. Because I had no idea really how to use this thing. Because it has a floppy disk drive and I have no floppy disks, so I can't put any sound onto it. But the guy who sold it to me had already messed around with it for years. And he's put all his own sounds into it. And I've been using those sounds. So these are the guitar pedals I use. Where's one I like? Oh, that's beautiful, that. There we had a little lamb. None of these are mine. These are my good friend George. He's a great guitar player. But he is in New Zealand and Australia now, living. So he left them to me. Well, he's going to take them back at some point. That's a drum kit. These two are mine. This is a tuner, and this is a vintage overdrive. This doesn't actually work anymore, so. That's a great little sound there. That's another tuner. We've got a micro flanger. This one doesn't work, but George knows, George, you know this one doesn't work, so I didn't break it. That's a distortion. This is a tube preamp, so it just kind of boosts sound, and you can mix on it with treble. We've got a delay pedal. Now this is a fucking great pedal. I love this pedal. Makes it a digital. It's a digital delay, but you can also use it as a loop pedal, which I have used it for stay at home to sleep in on my live shows. This is a Yamaha keyboard. It is a PSR E413. It's a keyboard. So these are all my guitars right here. We have an acoustic Ibanez. Oh, no, that's a Yamaha. Sorry, Yamaha. I have never used. Oh no, I have used this. This was used in Stay at Home to Sleep In. It has an active pickup in it, and you just put it in. You just plug it in, and I put that in a song that I don't know if it's released when this video is released, but it will be released. Stay at Home to Sleep In. It has keyboard sounds on it. It has these big speakers built into it that I don't ever use. I record through the headphone jack because you don't want any sound. You just DI. I can't underrate. Direct inputting anything is fucking great. That's a keyboard. That's apparently a bright piano. That's a harpsichord. Ooh, harpsichord! This is an acoustic bass. I may have used this in a track, in a few tracks with bass. It sounds really cool. I got it because of Jamie T, because acoustic bass guitars are the coolest. That's a honky tonk sound. Now see, I like to, this is like a synth bass, but that's cool. Like just that is music. Like that is music to my ears. So this is an acoustic guitar. It has steel strings on it. I don't know if I'd put this in a song. None of my songs I've released at the moment really have much acoustic guitar. They will in the future, but I use these a lot just to sing and play. But this is a family heirloom. I think it was bought in the 80s from a charity shop. It says it's a folk model number 812 from Saxon, exclusive to Selma, London. But this is an old guitar. That's like a synth bass setting, but you can mess around a bit with the reverb, and I like to DI it through the headphone jack into the Apollo Twin, into Logic, and then you can put a bunch of effects on it and you can make the keyboard sound different. If you got the money. So the thing like this is pretty basic. I mean, compared to like what Tame Impala and stuff use. You really want to mess around with your sound, people. I got it from America for like $200, Ibanez. Yeah, this one's an Ibanez. I got that one correct. I haven't changed the strings since I bought it because, as bass players know, you never need to change the strings on a bass guitar. Because, like, look how big they are. Like, you never need to change them. So. Jungle Book. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. It's just a keyboard, you know, it just makes sounds. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. This is some twisting stuff, because if you like to twist. Okay, so this is an electric bass. This isn't actually my bass guitar, but I use this, so any bass you hear in any of my songs are this guitar right here. What is it? It's a Sandberg. It's not my guitar. I didn't steal this. I was lent this by a bass player from one of my old bands. Ooh, Bo Diddley. Alright, Bo Diddley. People don't actually know this, but Bo Diddley has very much influenced my rhythm guitar playing. Again, the strings probably haven't been changed in a couple of years, but they look quite shiny. And it sounds really good. It's got an active and a passive pickup. You just press this thing up here to switch from active to passive. Doesn't have a battery in it at the moment, but so I just use it as passive. And yeah, it's got 4 strings. We've got party songs. The only reason I bought this is because maybe I'm a Londoner and that's why I love London so. I bought that for that. Okay, so this is my favorite guitar in the world. This is some weird Spanish guitar thing I bought. This is some Polish orchestra music. It's a Fender Strat. It's Mexican, it's not American because Mexicans are better than Americans. I got it in a used guitar shop for about $300. I've had it since I was 15. And it's got different pickups. It's got lace sensor pickups on it, so it's not like the normal Stratocaster sound. It's got some weird, I don't know, just you hear it in the songs I record, because every electric guitar I use in my songs is from this baby right here. This has got a really cool sample on it. It's got like Blues Up in Town Town, great song. It's got some really cool percussion in there. It's got a volume knob and 2 tone knobs and a switchy switch that switches the pickups. And yeah, it's got 6 strings. I lost the back thing because I was going to paint it all cool and trippy, and I don't know where it is now. I don't know what this is, but I bought it. Ooh, it has this thing. This thing's a whammy bar. I don't know what this is. Don't know what this is. Don't know what this is. What is this? Satellite something, I don't know. But what you do, and I like to use this a lot in songs, is you go like this. Because it sounds cool and jazzy. So you have like a 7th major chord, that's a D 7th major, and you got like that. So anytime you do a riff and you go, the black keys, no more needs to be said. The black keys, they have enough attention as it is. That's the same thing for the, you know, the Better Call Saul. If anyone watches Better Call Saul, that's that kind of whammy sound. I don't know who this is. Remix. I don't know who that is. This is YMCA. This is the song that I dance to naked in my room when I'm alone. So this is the very first electric guitar I got from my dad when I was 12 years old. It is a Godin. It's a Canadian guitar, Canadian wood guitar. Is it made in Canada? No, it's made in the so made in the USA, crafted in Canada, because I am actually half Canadian. It's about time you got a Canadian guitar, eh? This is really cool. This is like some British hip hop stuff. I think it came out in the 90s, but it uses a sample from House of the Rising Sun, and it's really cool. You don't need fancy equipment, guys. You don't need anything good. It has a whammy bar thing for it, but I lost the whammy bar for it because I've had it since I was 12. It's a great guitar. Has only 2 knobs. One of them is volume, one of them is tone, and a switch thing that switches between the pickups. I believe that's a bridge pickup, but not much else really to say about this. It's red. It's red and cream, and it's made from wood. And that's a guitar with 6 strings. Okay. You got Radiohead. This is Radiohead?
It's Ed O'Brien.
Is that from Radiohead?
It is. There's a guitarist from Radiohead.
Okay, this is not mine. Yeah, we'll just ignore that one. And Pessimistic Weather, I believe, was like... Ooh, that was... How did Pessimistic Weather go? I can't stand your grumpy... No, it's Grumpy Days. Yeah, so accordion. I fucking love my accordion. I play it all the time. It's one of the hardest instruments to play. Don't know what... I mean, I do know what it does. It makes noise. So yeah, that's my accordion. I'll leave it there. Hello there, I am Lonely Gimmick. I have a Kickstarter campaign running at the moment. It would help me greatly if you could go and donate. You can get yourself a t-shirt, a tape or a CD or all three. If I reach £2,000, I will be able to put my music onto vinyl. And I really want my music onto vinyl. So please go and help me. I don't know how to do it.